and it's meant to help all the way from freelancers to SMEs and large corporations, and provide the values in terms of how email can communicate better with their customers. So I'll just share my screen before I start. Can you see my screen? All good. Yeah. So the topic today is, I think I'm going to touch a little bit about how can we use email marketing to grow your customer base and ultimately grow your business. I think I often get this thing, is email still very effective today when you talk about customer communication? Because people say you have WhatsApp, you have social media, you have all these other mediums that you can communicate with them. But statistically, I think if you go deeper into the email practice, it is a medium of communication that still gives you 4,200% of ROI. If you look at it, that means every dollar that you spend on email can bring you 4,200 ringgit from a ratio standpoint. But this is only true, I think, when you execute email properly. There's actually a very good set of best practices for you to get that achieved, right? So as I go on, so what Engine Mailer is, we are, and a lot of people see us as an email marketing platform. So I see some familiar names in our audience today. Welcome, and thanks for inviting the invites to join us this afternoon. So, and Engine Mailer is an integrated cloud platform. So whilst we do emails, we handle all the way from how you start the emails, how you manage proper databases, your customer databases, how do you then clean them, segmentize them, and able to target them in your communications. We have tools for you to easily create beautiful newsletters. You get all of your newsletters from Lazada, you get it from Asia previously. One of the challenges is to do nice newsletters, so we allow everyone out there to do this. And on top of that, I think we talk about emails today, not only from a marketing standpoint, we talk about business automation, right? So if someone does something, you want to maybe tell them thank you, or your bills are due, or you might want to send your e-statements. We also have all of the API components and autoresponders as part of Engine Mailer. So essentially, it's an integrated platform that combines all of the email touch points into a cloud platform, right? So I'll just go straight into the first module, right? There is this myth, I think many years back, the perception that people have is the more email addresses I have, the better it is when it comes to email marketing, right? So I think those days, if we look at it, it's all gone. Today is not about the size of your list, but I think the quality of your list. So basic things like when you talk about email management, I'm assuming that we have some SMEs here, mixed crowd, some that have not started your email journeys, and some of you are already more advanced in your email journey. So if you're starting your email journey, rule number one is please do not ever buy email lists. So this is a compliance, very simple thing, right? Because lists today, you might be able to buy, for a couple of hundred ringgit, hundreds of thousands of email addresses. But when you start sending people those emails, I think you will get more negative perception than actually interaction with the customers themselves. You'll get them complaining, and it's actually bad for your brand. Yeah. So the first thing I think from an email marketing platform is deciding where you get your list from. Who is it that you want to target, right? So there are two ways that you do this. Some of you would probably have information of your consumers all over the place. You might want to import them from Excel files. You might have backend systems. You might have forms on the website. So the whole idea is to have a central platform where you can import all of these names into. I think that's very important, right? So some of the common challenges I will share with you today as I talk is, people come and people go in organizations. And a lot of times, if you are the business owner or the company, you realize that your salesperson has left with, a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand of your databases, and it's gone, right? So the whole idea is to consolidate them. So when you put data into a system online, when we talk about imports, one of the things that Engine Mailer helps you is to do with data duplication and bad format removals. Sometimes in your Excel, there are duplicate emails, or, it might be a bad format because you forget the .com, or, this is generally an invalid format. So the system actually, as you start importing, helps you clean all these bad email addresses. We firmly believe that the cleaner your email addresses, the better the engagements are. are going to be, right? And when we talk about email cleansing, it's not only about the point of import, because when you start sending your newsletters, you'll realize that a lot of people, sometimes they move companies, so their emails are no longer valid, or they change email addresses. So you get a lot of bad emails as you send, and you need systems to automatically clean this as you do your email campaigns. Because the rule of thumb is, I think, when you try to send emails to ISPs like Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo, the higher your bounce rates are, the lower your chances is it to get your email into the inbox, right? So there's a different practice. So what Engine Mailer does is it automates all of those backend functions so that the reputation of your delivery is always kept as an optimum, right? That's the other thing that is important. We have online forms. I think if you look at email marketing in the digital funnel, it comes in the targeting stage. So you start with your awareness building. Then at some point, you'll probably have, give us your email so that we'll be in touch with you, or you give them an online form or landing page where you ask for the details. So we have online form functions for you to build and embed this either into a URL, or you can integrate it to any of your websites out there. So this way, when someone submits the form, like for today, for example, all of you signed up for this event, you went through a form. So when you do that, I think the data is automatically captured so that we can send you reminders, and post this, we'll send you surveys and all that stuff. So we capture your data as part of the process. And finally, I think when it comes to data management, if I may summarize, today it's very rare that you send a one message to all of your consumers, right? So you need to be able to know your customers before you're able to send them the right material. So you might be sending someone that's high net worth, or you're sending a mass product. But sometimes, a simple Happy New Year, you might want to send to your whole base. So the whole idea is to be able to segmentize, profile, and slice and dice your consumers so that you know who to target whenever you have the right promotions, or you have the right messages that you want to send out. So that pretty much is, I think, where we should start. And from a data management standpoint, today we talk about the pandemic, right? A lot of people are saying that, I mean, if you're in retail, it's like, what is there that I need to do? There's no customers. How do I do all these things? A lot of businesses are affected. And what we do is, I think this is the best time, if you ask me, to actually get your data strategy and your communication strategy right. Right? It is not so difficult to sign up for a platform and start importing your data, because when the market kicks back, you have the right tools and you have the right channels to actually go after them, right? So I think this is where we all start, right? So once you get your data in place, I think the next step is the second myth that I'm trying to do today. I think a lot of us still either have troubles doing nice newsletters, or some of us even think that, oh, we need to hire a designer, or we need to outsource work to an agency in order to do nice newsletters. The functions or the tools that we have online today are meant for someone very layman. It could be a marketing person, it could be a business person, it could be an IT person, but you don't really need to use your IT and HTML and programming tools to do all these newsletters. So it starts with, I think, we have a fair collection of templates that you can choose from before you start your newsletters or your designs. It could be for a promotion, it could be something that you want to publicize your event, and we constantly put new templates into the system. For example, Chinese New Year is coming up, we will constantly give all these new templates so that you can actually very easily use these templates as a baseline, customize them, and use them for how you want to use them to communicate with your audience. Drag and drop editors are important. I think all of us have emails and we get newsletters all the time. Sometimes we still see content of the email is in one JPEG, right? One file that is smacked in as part of the content. Those are not recommended practices for obvious reasons, because if someone doesn't download an image in the newsletter, you'll just see one broken link. You don't get to see the message at all. So creating nice HTML messages that has a mixture of pictures and also text is something that you can very easily do by just drag and drop editors. So what we do is, I think, apart from Engine Mailer having plans for you to do all this, we also have an editor on our website that you can just go and play around. It will show you how easy you can do all this for. All of the newsletters that you design in Engine Mailer will be mobile responsive. So today, I think we are looking at an average about 40 to 60%, depending on who you are engaging with, that interacts with your newsletters using your mobile phone, right? So you read emails, and statistically, I think we are looking at a working adult spending on average about more than 2 hours a day on their emails, right? So the last thing you want is, when they get your emails, they don't have time to go in and start zooming in and pinching to try to understand what your message is all about. It should be already optimized for the mobile where they can engage directly. So mobile responsive is a very important element. And finally, we talk about automations. So I think automations are more for slightly advanced users, but the features are there for everyone to use. You might think like when you sign up to a website today, right? On the spot, you'll get thank you for signing up. 2 days later, you'll get someone talking to you about, oh, did you hear about this? And on day 5, you get another message, right? It is not actually that human doing it. It's actually a set of pre-programmed messages that you can put into the platform where the moment an event happens, you can automate the sequence so that the start point of the communications is different for every consumer out there. So we have very nice automation tools that you can put in place. It could be as simple as completing a web form. It could be as simple as a backend system triggering a notice for your payments and you start a sequence. So there are many ways that you can implement it. So we have seen some customers, good part about an email marketing SaaS is we get to observe the diverse set of clients and how they use the features that we have on our platform. We actually have a client that has about close to 90 sequence in terms of for the point of engagement, and it spans over almost 180 days. That's the level of programming that you can go when you start looking into customer journeys, right? So that's basically on the campaign side. We talk about the next one I want to touch about is, a lot of people ask me this question, hey, why do when I send my emails, it goes into the spam box, right? Why is it not into the inbox? So the saying goes is, if you don't get, you can send as many emails as you want, but if you don't engage your customers, it goes into the spam or the junk box. There's no point, right? So on this note, I think the first part about having a very clean database helps your reputation. In delivery today, there are 2 reputations. Number one is an IP reputations, where email service providers like us will make sure that the reputations are clean, and we have our real-time monitoring systems to make sure that we maintain that for all of our customers. The second aspect is to do with your own domain reputation. This is important because if you're sending email from your company domain.com, and this domain has not ever sent mass emails before, and on day 1, you sort of like send to 1 million emails, the internet will have probes saying that, hey, there's something odd going on here, right? So getting into the inbox is a different practice altogether, which I will be happy to touch with any of you on a one-on-one basis after this session. But the whole idea is to make sure that you send clean emails. You do not buy emails, because the moment you have complaints, this is a spam email and you get too many spam complaints, ISPs will then deprioritize the reputation of your domain name, right? So this is one thing that's worth noting. And as in all digital avenues out there, I think reporting is where we stand out from any traditional form of marketing. In the world of emails, I think these are dashboards that we get in real time. So we can actually see in this particular case, sending close to 200,000 emails. It tells you your delivery rate, because some of it will be bounce. And bounce reasons could be because the emails are inactive. It could be because maybe someone's mailbox is full. It could be because during that time there is a transient problem with delivery, or sometimes maybe being classified as spam, right? And some mail servers are saying that I don't like your traffic. So you can actually analyze all this and see how you can improve them. It gives you the engagement matrix. How many times did someone open your newsletter? How many times did they click on your link on your newsletter? And we can go to a level of which are the links that they click on the newsletter. So everything that goes to your audiences is tracked and reported. And finally, you have your unsubscribe rates. In email, as in all marketing materials today, is all about having the ability for the consumers to opt in before they receive your material. And if they don't like it, you got to let them opt out as well and observe that, because the last thing you want is for them to say, I opt out, and they continue to get your list. That's when all the complaints will start coming. So Engine Mailer itself, I think we are compliant to GDPR. I think equivalently in Malaysia is a PDPA. So it's a platform that the moment you upload your data into our platform, it remains secured. So there's no data commingling, as in another customer will not see your data, neither will we use your data for any of our marketing activities, right? And you have the right to stop your program if you feel that this is not right for you. You can cancel your accounts and you can export your data as per GDPR requirements. So, and so I think that's roughly what I have to cover for the first initial 20 minutes. A little bit about Engine Mailer itself. I think we provide free forever accounts to everyone that signs up. So I think we don't believe in the concept of I give you a 1-week trial or a 2-week trial or even a 1-month trial before I discontinue your service. The whole view, what we have learned from our customers in the last 20 years is we want you to manage your email addresses or your customer data properly. So on that note, not only a free forever account, we provide you with unlimited subscribers. So you'll realize that a lot of our global competitors are positioning their products in the sense that you have to pay for 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers, but for us it's unlimited. So you can actually port in hundreds of thousands of data, but only pay for what you send. So if you send more than 10,000 emails a month, then what will happen is you can upgrade to a paid plan. And the month after that, if you feel that you're not sending, you can always downgrade yourself to a free forever plan and continue to have the account for as long as you want. And what I'll do is, I think in collaboration with Alliance Bank, the partnership that we have specially tailored promo codes or unlock codes, which we will announce at the end of today's session to all of you. And these unlock codes will take away the 500 per day limitation on Engine Mailers. So it will allow you to actually send 10,000 emails out there every month for free, right? That's how we get you started. And I think being local partners, being a local service provider, we like engagement. I like doing stuff like this where I engage with all of you and try to educate you. For those of you that want to embark on this email marketing journey, just feel free to make a one-on-one appointment with us. So again, I think for Alliance Bank partners, we are happy to actually have those sessions with you and actually handhold you throughout the journey. And for more advanced users, I think that is very handy as well, because we teach you more advanced stuff like inbox placements, marketing automation, and those things are valuable to a lot of companies out there. So these are things that we will provide as a value add to all of you that are listening in. Right. So I think that's all I wanted to do today as an overview to Engine Mailer. As I said, I'll come back again with the promo codes later, but I'll just pass this on to Ambrose for the next track.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, for the very good sharing. And I hope that to the listeners, here with us today, right, please do take advantage of this email marketing solution, and basically start 2021 on the right note, and basically, increasing more of digitalization to your business. All right. So we would like to invite, our second speaker, Fazia Amanullah of Alliance Bank, to present on the topic. Over to you, Fazia.
Thank you, Ambrose, and thank you, Jeffrey. I think it was a very insightful presentation. I thought I knew a lot about mailers, but listening to you, I feel that there's a lot more that I don't know now. So anyway, thank you to all those out there. Good afternoon. My presentation is also touching on aspects of digital, which is the way to go today, quite rightly put. I just want to give you a little bit of perspective of what we have seen in the market. Firstly, I also want you to understand that Alliance Bank is predominantly an SME bank. So we focus a lot on SMEs. We focus on a customer journey for SMEs. We focus on understanding what are the needs today and also moving towards the digital platform to make things easier for everyone. Now, one of the things that we found during our surveys and speaking directly with the SMEs are the challenges that they face today. I probably do not need to spell this out to you, you already know, but I think in the various conversations, events and talks, even if you listen to BFM, you hear Datuk Michael, you hear Maidin talking about how SME businesses have been affected during the first MCO, and then it recovered slightly, and now it's down again in the second MCO. So it's a cycle which is not very attractive for all of us, but it's also a situation where there are things that can happen and can allow you to move forward as well. So we also did talk to business owners on, especially business owners who have seen ways on how they can manage the business during this pandemic. There are various things that they have done to move themselves away or to start, embracing the new change. I think the most important part of it all is going digital, going online, being seen, reaching out to new customers. I think those are the key aspects. The other one, of course, being how do they manage their cash flow today? How do they get enough money to ensure that they do not have to retrench their employees? So these are some of the key issues which I want to share with you. And in my next slide, I'll be sharing like the example, the the example of the customer, sorry, that we have today. Now, I just want to share with you what happened with some of our customers. One of it is Las Vacas. I don't know whether you've heard of Las Vacas. It's a restaurant located somewhere in Sri Hartamas. And they had a proper restaurant amongst the shop lot initially. And it was doing really well because it was situated at a prominent spot. It's a hot spot for people to walk around and come and visit the restaurant. They were doing really well. The pandemic came. They felt that it was a little bit hard for them to manage with the kind of rental that they were paying. They did not want to retrench their staff. So there are a lot of things that they were playing with, and they decided at the end of the day to move out from their existing location. So they moved themselves. I mean, it's probably not the norm. It's something quite different. They moved themselves from a high street restaurant along a chain of shops into the Shell station in Sri Hartamas. So if you see the premises of the Shell station, the shop there, if you go inside, that's where the restaurant is. And it's pretty exciting and amazing as well when you walk in, because you've never really seen such a sight. You don't really see a proper sit-down restaurant inside a Shell station, but that's what they have done. They've actually made it into a home food restaurant which serves good quality food. And Las Vacas is one of the menus that they have in there as well. So it is to show you how they have pivoted their business in times of need and what they did to ensure that they could sustain. And amongst that, they also reached out to Alliance Bank, and some of the things that we helped them do was to ensure that their visibility is a little bit more prominent. We put them on the social media. They went on the bank's Instagram, the bank's Facebook and social media platform to talk about themselves. We broadcasted the products that they have or the F&B that they serve. And we wanted to make sure that they were prominent and they could reach out to their customers. That's one. The other thing also was that they were trying to also manage their costs, the operational costs, the employees. There weren't much benefits that they could give to the employee at this point in time, especially when they decided to retain them. So this is where the bank came in with a payroll proposition. There were some benefits that we could offer to the employees. So some of the help that we've given, and we're proud of it because we see these guys still surviving and they're growing. They're growing. In fact, now they're starting to see the customers coming in again. So that's really good for us. Now the other one is Do Little. Now, Do Little is a story of this lady who graduated in research, science research, and she really likes her profession, and she wants to work. She was working. She gave birth, she had her first baby, and she decided to quit because she wanted to spend time with the kid. But at the same time, it was also a situation where she felt constrained financially. So she started her own business at home. She was doing a home business. She was making dough. The Play-Doh, and it is safe. It is toxic free. It's safe for kids, and it's a good product actually. But she was having a lot of problem selling this product online, because she just went into Facebook, her social media, Instagram, and she was selling it. She realized eventually that she couldn't cope with it because she could not track the sales order that came in. She could not track her stock. She could not track giving out the invoices. It was pretty hard for her. And for her to manage it alone, it wasn't something that she could do. She saw Alliance Bank BizSmart solution and she reached out to us. So we got her connected to a partner which could help her integrate her social commerce platform. And she also managed to track her sales and her invoices through that platform. So that gave her an opportunity to grow her business further. Now, additionally, of course, we also put her on social media platforms that gave her more customers to view on her products. So on the next slide, I just want to share with you as well. Many of our SME customers, when you talk to them about going digital, the question is always, I can't go digital today because I don't have the expertise, or I don't know what that means, or I don't have the money. This is not the right time. So we try and talk to the SMEs. We don't mean go digital as in clean up everything that you have, or revamp your business operation, or start fresh. No. Now, what we tell them is to actually look at the areas of their business which is the most problematic at the moment. Look at the areas which is going to help them uplift their business. Now, it could be something as simple as the front end, where they want to go into the e-commerce platform and reach out to people. Or it could be something where they want to address their inventory management. So look at the areas that affects you most and just pick that out for you to enhance it. All we're saying is do not do it the way that you did previously, where you need more resources addressing operational stuff which is not automated. When you can do it, you can just manage it with just one resource. So these are the areas which we are asking SMEs to look at to ensure that bit by bit they reach to a standard where they feel that they can offer their products online easily. They can track their sales. They can, improve the product penetration and improve the quality of the product as well via feedback from customers. In the next slide, I think it's also important to share with everyone the aspect of looking at how you can grow your business. There's not just one way of growing your business. Now, if you are an F&B and you produce and you've got products which are edible, and assuming it's already halal, but you just do not have the halal stamp. So we want to tell you that getting the halal stamp on your product makes a lot of difference, actually, not just F&B, right? It could be any other product as well. Now, why does it make a lot of difference? Because you get a stamp which is certified by a proper body, and that allows you to place your products in areas where people are a little bit more particular about products that they buy, not just locally, also abroad. So we can help you. We've got partners who can help you place your halal products abroad as well as locally in larger stores. So do reach out to us. If you do not have a halal certification, we will help you get one. We will guide you. We will go through and do a gap analysis for you as well to tell you where you are today and where you need to get and how much does it cost. And of course, by promoting this, it means that there's going to be a discount as well. Charges would not be the same as if you were to go on your own outside. So reach out to us. We want to help you get access to a larger market base than what you have today. In my next slide, I just want to share with you some of the partners that we have on our platform. There's this platform that we call a BizSmart solution. Now, it's in there that the partners go in, register themselves, and they give out products and services to other SMEs. Now, it's a concept, it's a community concept, and we go by the hashtag of Kita Jaga Kita. So it's amongst us that we're helping the other SMEs. And we're trying to help them to reach out to the other SMEs and vice versa. So do check out the platform and see how you can benefit from it. The next slide gives you a list of our partners on BizSmart Solution. This is just to give you a view and for you to check out to see if any one of these could help you, as in many ways, right? Also reaching out to their customer base, or it's something that you can get from them. It's a product or service that you need to grow your own business. The next slide is some of the digital banking solution that the bank has moved ourselves into as well, and to cater to your needs. Now, in a lot of situations today, we don't do face-to-face meetups anymore, right? And people walking into the branch is also not as many. You don't see them coming to the branch. So you can open your accounts via eKYC, whether it's a personal account or a business account. You can apply for loan via eKYC as well. It's just an online loan application, whether it's a loan application for business or a personal loan application. So these are some of the things that the bank has moved towards to make life easier for everyone. And if you have any questions, there's also a QR code there that you can scan. My next slide talks about something which everyone wants to look at today. I would assume, my advice is the TRRF is out for you to grab. In many banks, you would see the bankers saying that their limit is up. So do come to us. We still have some limit left. So come to us for the financing that you need. It is, of course, at an attractive rate, right? It's at 3.5%. And I think some of the terms and conditions include that you have to be from the service sector. But I think the definition of service sector is wide. So check with us if you're unsure, but it would probably be something that you fall in. Check with us. The offer is also that you have up to 6 months moratorium on your installment payment. Besides the TRRF, there's also the CGC financing and the SME digitalization grant. If that's something that your business is under and you feel that you can get onto that platform. If you see the QR code at the bottom right of the slide, try that out. It's a financial health check. If you go through that, it will ask you a couple of questions like, what is your business like? What is your stock turnover days? And then at the end of it, it gives you a view on whether you need working capital, you do not need working capital. Can you apply for it? How much can you apply? So just check it out to see where you stand. Okay. My last slide is what Engine Mailer Jeffrey presented earlier. With Engine Mailer's kindness, they've offered this exclusive free email credits to you, our listeners. So please do take advantage of it. I think Jeffrey will be talking about it a little bit more by giving out the code. And register with us at a BizSmart solution. The QR code is there. Have a look and see what are the partners or who are the partners that you can benefit from, or how can you benefit the other SMEs as well. I mean, it's both ways, yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Fozia, for the insightful presentation. And all right, before we actually move on to the Q&A session, I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Jeffrey to actually share an exciting offer just exclusively for you guys today. Over to you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Ambrose. Fozia, a very interesting journey that Alliance Bank has taken. We like you are trying to help customers like Las Vacas and also Dolittle, right? To see how we can help them. So I think this whole partnership has got a lot of meaning to it. And I like the part about halal because just sidetrack a bit before I go into the promos. I was speaking to one of my colleagues in the office, and a year back, we actually discussed about how can we make emails halal, but I think that's something that I'll take up with you on a separate note, right? Because this is quite an interesting proposition, right? If you think about it that way, right?
Wow, that's interesting for me too, yes.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. How do we take that to the next level, right?
Yeah.
And back to, I think back to what some of us audience here is waiting for, the whole Kita Jaga Kita program that we're doing. So today, I think in collaboration with the partnership with Alliance Bank, we we like to share with you. So all of those things that I've mentioned to everyone just now on Engine Mailer, so all the way from managing your subscribers to sending out your beautiful newsletters to automating stuff, it's available to everyone for free, but exclusive for Alliance Bank BizSmart partners. I think this is a code. So the code is BizSmart 10K. Once you sign up to Engine Mailer, when you go to the billing page, it asks you for an unlock code. Feel free to just inject this unlock code in, and you will be transformed into a free forever special plan, which will then take away the 500 per day cap, right? So go ahead. We would like to again help everyone succeed in your email journeys. So when you sign up for an account with Engine Mailer, I think our team members will be in touch with you, the customer success team, and feel free to make an appointment with them. We'll be happy to then walk you through the whole process, and if needed to do online sessions with you to get you up to speed. Yeah. So that's what we'll do for local companies. And I think a bit of happy news as well. You know, in times like this where things are so challenging, I think we all talk about the possibility of making passive income, right? So although we are in the business of sending emails, or we want you to send emails and hopefully pay us when we start sending more, it's also Malaysians helping Malaysians at the end of the day. So today we are actually officially launching our affiliate program for Engine Mailer. Right, so it's a very happy occasion. So what we'll do is, I think if you go to enginemailer.com, there's a link that anyone out there, you can be a single housewife at home, you can be a small company, you can be working for a big corporation, but you feel that, you know, email marketing is something that someone would benefit. Just sign up to be an affiliate, because we need global dominance in the name of emails, right? So Engine Mailer is competing with the global giants. So we want to bring the Malaysian brand globally as well. So sign up, and each time someone that you recommend actually pays us for a paid plan, we will compensate you with 30% of affiliate margin. So it's something that you can start building. And this goes on forever, right? So if you recommend 10 customers and they continue to pay us for the next 5 years, you will perpetually get paid. So this is something that we are launching today. So you'll probably hear it on social media later, but we're using this platform to actually announce it. So again, yeah, back to the whole Kita Jaga Kita campaign. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, for the exciting offer. I can't stress this enough, that we hope that, you know, the participants here today, you know, will take advantage, you know, of this offer, and basically we believe that it will really help out your business, especially on your front-end digitalization, right? And also your back-end. Please visit Alliance Bank's BizSmart Solution Portal, basically to check out more of these solutions, and also enginemailer.com, you know, to find out more details, you know, about this offer. Okay, so we'll move on to our final segment, which is our Q&A. Today, I can see some questions flowing in. Yeah, from Mr. Tay. Okay, so I'll jump on to the first question straight. How do we start email marketing if we don't have a big base of email address? So yeah, probably a question for Jeffrey.
Is this Mr. Tay, as in the famous Tay Jande, the digital marketer? So anyway, yeah, thanks for the question. So let me try to address that. I think, yeah, so if you fall into the category of not having a database to begin with, do not fear, right? There's always a place to start. So as I mentioned earlier, don't go out there buying databases, because quality is not always quantity. So what you need to do is, if you're a traditional brick and mortar business, first of all, you need to go digital. You need to start going into social media, into Facebook, into Instagram, into having your websites. And each one of these channels, I think that the best way to do this is you got to have lead magnets or online forms, something that captures your consumer. You know, it's easy to build a website, but it's difficult to get someone to come to your website. You spend a lot of effort promoting it. You spend maybe a lot of money trying to drive traffic. So when they come to your website, you're trying to capture this audience. So always have online forms to capture, you know, if you're interested in our products, maybe give me your name and your email and I'll be in touch with you. Because the moment you have that email, it belongs to you perpetually. You don't need to be beholden on Facebook, or, you know, hoping that one day if that platform shuts down, there goes your customers as well, right? So start building, and you'll realize that the more you market and the more you convert, the more data you're starting to collect. And second one is also, I think some of us might have retail touch points. So, simple stuff like giving someone a simple form to ask for customer feedback, even if you don't have anything, or you can design very simple survey forms in Engine Mailer and have QR codes. If you look at the QR at the bottom, it's actually a survey that will ask you for feedback as well. And during those feedback processes, you can actually collect customer data as well. If it's manual, then you start putting it into a central database. So the key takeaway here is it is not the end of the world. It is actually the beginning of a very exciting journey. You just need to start somewhere, but start it properly, right? So build a clean base so when you have promotions or you have something to outreach, you're actually reaching out to the right people.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. So hope that answered your question. And we will move on to the next question by Suchitra. Also a question from Mr. Jeffrey. How do we increase open rates for our emails? Yeah, probably you could share some, industry experience.
Okay, thanks, Suchitra, for the question. I could go on for an hour talking about this, right? But I guess the key element when you talk about open rates, it's actually measuring the engagement that you have with your consumers. Right, so the more exciting the news is or the content is, the higher your engagement rates is going to be, right? So number one is, I think, talk about targeting. So if you are sending information to someone that's not interested in your topic, then they're not going to be engaged at all. So always talk about targeting the right content to the right people. I think that's very important. The second thing that we want to talk is talking about personalization. I think little stuff like how do you personalize content, right? So something as simple as Dear Suchitra or Dear Fozia rather than Dear Valued Customer. I think that makes a lot of difference in terms of engagement, right? And the third one, in terms of content, how do you make your content exciting? So best practices like what I told you earlier, don't put JPEGs, put something that they can view on multiple devices, for example. And today, I think more so during this pandemic, right? I think we are not in the business of hard selling anymore. As I have no, this is a product, buy, sale. Does not necessarily work. So always go down the route of education, giving them value. So then they will start remembering your brand and you will then get that association with the product sales that you want. I think that's what we are trying to achieve from an email standpoint. So again, email is not the only channel, right? So when you talk about engagement, you got to combine emails with the rest of your digital marketing funnels that you're activating.
Okay. Thanks, Jeffrey. And we have another question coming in from Sean Ng. Okay, so hi, Jeffrey. Is Engine Mailer a Malaysian-based email platform? What is the differentiation to existing, as compared to existing email platforms like MailChimp? So I think also Farouk also has asked a similar question. Yeah, so over to you.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Sean and Farouk for that question, right? So yeah, number one, to answer it, yes, it is Malaysian made, fully coded in the backyard of an office in Kelana Jaya, right? So proud to be fully 100% Malaysian made. That's question number one. Number two is, I think when you compare, as I mentioned earlier, we are in the business of email dominance. If you take someone like MailChimp, you take someone like, there's so many out there, you take GetResponse, you get Aweber, MailerLite, these are all very global, giant email service providers out there. Ultimately, we all send emails, right? But I think there's two sides to look at it. Number one is from a customer support level. Again, today in the context is I'm referring to an audience that's very Malaysian today, right? That's what we are trying to drive. No one from MailChimp will be calling you to talk about how they want to make you success, right? So it's all about, I think, the maturity of audiences as well. If you look at the US, if you take Europe, businesses there are a little bit more advanced from a digital standpoint. So they are very cool with signing up online and they're not afraid of doing things and doing the wrong things, to be honest with you. So the segments of customer that we see down Malaysia, Southeast Asia, and also the region is, you still have the reservation, oh, I try to click on that. Is this the right thing to do? So one of the the successes that we are starting to see is that whole customer engagement portion that we are having with our audiences. So from the point you sign up to how someone speaks to you and how you can get in touch with us on a one-on-one basis to help you through that journey, that's number one. The next step of it is, I think, you talk about commercial models, right? So everybody sends emails. Majority of email service providers out there still has a charge model or charging you based on the number of email addresses that you store in the system. Right? To us, I think that's insignificant because we are giving you free tools to store as many email addresses and fields that you want. So you can create names, first names, emails, phone numbers, and store and profile them. Because by doing that, then you can achieve targeting. There's no point paying for maybe 10,000 subscribers when you're not sending maybe 100,000 emails a month, because that's the limit. That's how they do the commercial plans, right? So only pay for what you need. I think that's one of the value adds of Engine Mailer. And what we also do, because we have sort of like disrupted that model slightly, it gives the consumers more flexibility. We have a lot of clients, for example, if you are in the event management scene, right? It's not, in today's world, it's not every day or every month you have an event that you have to promote, right? But you still have this database and audience for when the time is right, you want to promote. So sorry, next month I have a couple of events coming up. I'll just upgrade myself to a paid plan and send. And the month after, maybe no events, I can still move myself down to a free plan. So we give you that flexibility to upgrade and downgrade whilst retaining the most important part of your thing, which is your data, right? You retain your data in our system. So I think we don't want to go into micro features. I think that's the two high-level answers that I would give to that, right? But again, as I said, it is a local product, and we are coming out this year, and we want to go and take on these global giants.
All right. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And okay, we have another question for Fozia. Hi, I would like to know how the bank can help me, especially on SME financing. I'm from the F&B industry.
Yes, thanks, Ambrose. Thank you for the question, Suyi. There are many ways we can help you on SME financing. I think what we need to look at is your profile and where you stand today. There are different financing packages out there. We've got to look for the one that suits you best. If you, it would make a lot of sense if you reach out to us directly. I've given out the number as well as the email address for you to reach out. Come and visit us or talk to us, and we will help you address your requirements.
All right, and there's actually a follow-up question, by the same person, Fozia. I'm keen to know how can BizSmart solution help my business? Because she's actually an F&B.
Yeah. So if you remember earlier in my slides, I did talk about us helping an F&B outlet, but really, different people have, or different business owners have different needs. So come and talk to us. Is it a requirement where you need to digitalize your business? Is it a requirement where you need more customers? Is it a requirement where you need to reach out to different partners? So there are many different aspects of it. We need to sit with you and talk with you what exactly you need, and then we'll be able to find a solution that meets your requirement. At the onset, I can tell you how BizSmart solution can help. Sorry, there's another question that talks about the bank helping the market business as well. So it covers both. If you don't mind, what I want to say is going into the BizSmart solution platform, you will have access to a number of partners over there, which will help you address your needs. That's one of it. The second is we will help you get your products and services into a market base, which is much wider than what you have reached today, or much wider than what the bank's customer base is. So that gives you access to many different platforms. And thirdly, we would also help you profile yourself at our cost, promote you on channels like radio channels like BFM or many other different social media where you can talk about yourself and your products. So that's how you could get visibility, and it's for you to expand your business from there.
Okay, thanks, Fozia. Yeah, hope that actually answered your question, yeah, to also Miss Tan. And I think we have actually addressed all the questions, right, from the participants. Yeah. And, hope that, you all actually have gained some extra knowledge today, from this webinar. And, we'll be organizing actually more webinars, coming soon, basically in the coming months. So please do check out, our website, BizSmart Solution Portal, and also our partner, enginemailer.com, as well. So I think we have reached the tail end, and we would like to thank all the participants, for your time, and we look forward to see you again. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for having Engine Mailer on your show.
Thank you for being
Jeffrey,
with us.
wishing you all the luck for your new launch.
Yeah,
we'll be with you.
We look forward for a lot more collaborations. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jeffrey.
Bye.
Yeah, and thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Take care and stay safe.